Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello guys, this is Mohsin Azam. Today we are going to start our 15th lesson of Excel tutorial. The topic which we will discuss in today's lesson will be date and time formulas. So the first topic will be day, hours, minute. Second will be date. Third will be today. Then now, weekday, networkday.intl, workday and workday.intl. So first of all we will start with day. So this function will give only a day from the date. Day function is taking only one argument, serial number. So for example, if you have any date, for example 13 April is here, and if you need the day from this, what you have to do, you have to write here your day function, day followed by tab, then select the date and click enter. So it will give the day from the date. After this, for the second example, same, you have to write here the day followed by tab and then close the bracket, it will give you the day. After this, the second function is days. This function calculates the number of days between two dates. It takes two arguments, start and finish date. So days function will calculate the number of days between two dates. So if you start here with days function followed by tab, and then the function will ask end date. So end date, you can select here the end date followed by comma and then the start date, and by closing the bracket it will give us the number of days between the two dates. After this we have hours function. This function will give only hours from the time. Hours function is also taking only one argument, i.e. serial number. So for example, if you have time here which is 12:30 p.m. or 4 p.m, if you need the hours only from this time, what you have to do, to write the hours function followed by tab and then select the cell reference which have time, which contain time, and followed by enter will give us the hours from the time. After this, tab and then select the time and then click enter. Okay, then minutes. This minute function give only minutes from the time. For example, if you have time, as we discussed here in the previous example in case of hours, and if you need the minutes to be isolated from the time, you can use the minute function. So for the minute function, you write here minute and the function will appear here followed by tab, then select the time and followed by enter. It will give us the minutes, isolate the minutes from the time. Okay, after this we have date. Date function will give us the serial number of the date by input the days, month and year in the function. Remember that all the date in the Excel are in the form of serial number, can be formatted to any custom number. So all the date which you are inputting in Excel will be in the form of serial number, which is clear here. This 444620 is basically a date. You can format this date to any format from the custom number formatting. So now the first example is, for example, if you want any date, so what you will do, as we discuss here, date, the date function will ask you the days, month and year, and at the output it will give you the serial number for the date. So what we will do, we will click here equal to and then follow by date and then tab, and then the function will ask you the year. So here I will write here 2022 followed by comma, and then month, I can write here any month, for example the first month followed by comma, and then the day, sorry, so day 20 you can select, and while closing the bracket it will give us the date, but as it is formatted, the cell is formatted as a date. For remove the format, what you have to do, you have to click Ctrl 1 and you have to click here General, and by clicking OK, it will give us 44581, which is actually 20 January 22. Okay, if you input here instead of complete 2022, if you input here only 22, what it will give? So for example, by clicking the date function followed by tab, and then here if you write here only 22 followed by first month and first date, and by closing the bracket, it will give us 1922. So always you have to input the complete year name. Okay, the next is input month as 13. If in case if you input the month as 13, what the date function will give you as output. For example, if you have date followed by tab, here I will write here 22, sorry 2022, because 22 we cannot write, Excel will not give you the correct data. After this, as we know, we have 12 months, but instead of 12, if I write here 13, for the days I will write here first, second or third, whatever. By closing the bracket, see what it is giving. The function is giving me the 1st of January 23. So this is the advantage of date function, that if you write the month is 13, what it will do, it will shift to the next month of the year. Okay, if you input the date, the day is -1. What the date function will do, date followed by tab here, okay 2022, followed by month, here I will write for example 12, and day is -1. So it will give me 29 November 22, because what we select here, the last month -1, what we will do, the day, it will give you the previous day. So the previous day before December is 29 November 22. Okay, after this, date value, this function will give the serial number for the date. The input should be in text. In the date value function, it will give you the serial number for any date. If you have the date, for example 13 April 22 is my date. If you need the serial number for this date, what you have to do, you can use the date value function. But the important thing here is the input data should be in the form of text. So here I have 13 April 22. If you check here, the format for this is a text. Now if you want to convert this date to a serial number, what you will do, you have to write here date value followed by tab, and then select the cell, and by closing the bracket, click enter. So 4464 is basically the serial number. You can format this to date if you want any date, for example this one, and it will give you the date 13 April. Okay, the next example is by directly inputting the date in the function. So 12 November 22 is my date. Here I will write date tab, and then I will, the text you have to write in inverted commas. So 20-10-2022, and then invert it. Okay, so here the problem is the format for my date is that 20 is my month and 10 is my date. So instead of 20, I will write here the month is 10 and this is 20. So it will give me the date, the serial number for this date. After this, 30th January. So date value tab, and after this 30 days is Jan and by closing the brackets, by clicking enter, it will give me the serial number. Okay, the next is today. Today function return the serial number of the current date. The date will be updated while opening every time. So this function will be updated while opening the Excel sheet. So for example, for today function, if you write here today followed by tab, and you don't need any argument, and by closing bracket and click enter, it will give you the date for today, which is 2/27/22. You can remove the format from here by clicking here control 1 and here general, and by clicking OK. So see, this is the serial number of my date. So you can format this as a date by clicking control 1, and from here date you can format it to any format as per your choice, and by clicking OK it will be formatted. Okay, if you add 10 days to your today function, what it will give you in return? So for example, I have today function tab close the bracket plus 10. By clicking enter, it will give me 9 March. So by adding any number to today function, it will give you the 10th day from today. Today with the day. So if you combine today with day function, what it will do? So day followed by tab, and then today followed by tab, and by closing the brackets, see what it will give us. It will give us the today's day only. And if you use it with month, so for example month tab, and then today, and then by closing bracket, it will give us the month from the today date. And same for the year. If you use here year followed by tab, and then today tab, and then by closing bracket, it will give us the year from today days. After this, now will give us the serial number of the current date and time. Okay, so it will not ask any argument, same as before, as we discussed. In case of today function, it will not ask you any argument. So for example, if you click here equal to, and then now tab and close the bracket, it will give you today's date followed by the time for today. But here if you check here control 1, the custom format is here month, then day, then year, and then hours and minute. If you convert this to a general format, and by clicking OK, see now here we have a serial number. Before decimal 44619 is for the date, and 9826 is for the hours. So you can format this to the date and time or the date format. So for example, if you have here now tab, and by closing the bracket control 1, it is general. Okay, now this is basically the serial number for now function, which is today, days and time. If you want to format this to date only, what you will do, you will click control 1 here, and then you can go to date, and you can select any date from the list. For example, I will select this one, and by clicking OK, see now the serial number is formatted only to date. If you want to format the serial number, which is here, this one, to date and time, what you will do by clicking Control 1, here you have date. In the date, for we have different options, and here see we have one option here. This is month, then day, then year, and then time. And also you can define your customized format. So I will write here my customized format, dd followed by mmm, then year followed by time, rhh, and mm, and then am as pm. Clicking OK. See, now my serial number is formatted to today's date, which is 27 February 22, and the current time, which is 11:36, and then PM. For the date only, so for example, you have this serial number, or for example, by using now function, tab and closing bracket, see it will give me the time. But if you click Control 1 and by clicking here General and OK, it will give us the serial number which include the date and time. If you want to format this to time only, what you can do, you have to go from format cell by clicking Control 1 and then time. From here you can select the time, and by clicking OK, it will give you the time. After this we have weekday. This function takes serial number of the date as an input and will return the days elapsed in a week. So for example, if you have any date and if you want to calculate the number of days elapsed in any week, you can calculate by using weekday. Excel function by default will take Sunday as a week start day. So by default, if you are using if you are working on Excel, what the Excel will do, Excel will start the week by default from Sunday. So weekday, what I will do here by writing here weekday followed by tab, what my function is asking me the serial number. The serial number is basically the date. So here I have the serial number for this 25 February, which is here 22. If you convert this to a general format, it will give us this number. And then what I will do, will not write any other argument because the return type is basically in a square bracket, which is not mandatory, and I will close here the bracket. By clicking enter, it will give me 6. So if you check here 25 February from your calendar, text tab, select this one followed by ddt and then close bracket. Sorry, I have to enclose this by double inverted comma and clicking enter. It is Friday. So as we discussed earlier, that Excel will automatically start week from Sunday. So the last day will be Saturday. So here this date, which is basically 25 February, this is Friday, and Friday is the 6th day of the week. So now what we will do, in the other example, we can specify also the week starting day. So then it will not take Sunday as a by default week start date. So what I will do, for example, if I have here weekday function and then the serial number, I will select the same serial number. Now the next is by clicking comma, it will give me the different options. Number 1 is Sunday through 1 is Sunday and 7th is the Saturday, and after this you have different options. I will select here the first day is Friday, or the first day is Saturday, and the last day is Friday. By clicking this, double click, or you can write here 16, and by closing bracket, it will give us 7 because the Friday will be the 7th day, because here we select that Saturday will be the starting date. Input direct date as a text. So for example, if you have weekday function, you want to use weekday function and you want to write the date as a text. So 25 dash 2 dash 2022 by closing bracket, applying to inverted comma and closing bracket, and specify the week start date as a 16, which is Saturday as a starting date and Friday as the last day, and then by closing bracket click enter. 25. So here again I have to write here 25 and 2 here, and by clicking enter it will give us 7. Okay, after this network day, so network day, if you have a start and end date of a project, and if you want to calculate the working days, so here as we discussed before, the day function, as we discuss here the day function, we discuss here the days function. From the days function you can calculate the number of days between 2 days, but in case if you want to calculate the number of working days between 2 dates, you have to use, instead of days function, network days function. So for the network date, for example, if you have start date and end date and number of days without public holiday, and if you want to calculate the number of days without public holidays, so here this will not include the Saturday and Sunday. So by default the Excel will consider Saturday and Sunday as a non-working day. So for example, if you write here network day formula here tab, so the function will ask me the start date. I will select here the start date followed by comma, then the end date followed by comma. Now what the function is asking me, holidays. So if you don't want to specify the number of holidays, which is public holidays, not the weekends, you can specify here, but I don't want to specify any holiday, and I will close my bracket, and by clicking enter it will give me 261. So these 261 are the number of working days between these two dates. After this, number of days with public holidays. For example, if now you have public holidays, what you will do, you will write here again this network day function followed by tab, and then you have to select the start date followed by the end date followed by the holidays. So here I will select this list, these are the public holidays, and then I will close my bracket. So it will give us 257 days. So if you see here, we have number of holidays as 6, and the difference between these two, if you check here, it is 4. So we have holidays 6, but the difference is coming 4. So keep in mind, if the holiday is on weekend, it will not be reduced the duration. So any holiday, because as we discussed before that the Saturday and Sunday are the non-working days or weekends by default in Excel. So any date belongs to these 2 days will not be considered in this network days function. So these 2 holidays, which is already belongs to the public holidays, so it will not be considered in the calculation of number of days. After this, network days international. So the same, what we will do here, this option as is written here, this option in addition will give the flexibility to define the weekend based on your location. So here this network day international is basically the function where you have the option of flexible weekend selection. As we discussed before that in this network day international, there is no specification for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday will be default as a weekend, but in network days international you can select the weekend based on your locality. So for example, now number of days with only start and finish date. For example, the same here, network day is international followed by tab, and then define the start date followed by the end date, comma. And now see, my function is asking me which weekend you want to keep. So here one is Saturday and Sunday, after this Monday, 7th is Friday and Saturday. I want to select Friday only, so I will write here 16, which is Friday. After this holidays, so I will not specify at the moment even weekends. I will write here only the start and finish date, and by closing bracket it will give me 261. So Saturday and Sunday will be non-working days, as we did not specify any weekend here, so automatically it will consider Sunday and Saturday and Sunday is non-working day. Now the number of days with start and finish and weekend. Now if you write here network days international followed by tab, then start followed by end date, and then weekend. For the weekend I will specify 16 as Friday off, and then I will close bracket. By clicking enter it will give me 315. So before, with the same 2 day start and finish date, the number of days, working days, was coming 261, and now it is coming 315. Why? Because in 261 Saturday and Sunday were non-working days, and here we have only Friday as non-working day. So the number of working days between these two start and end date will be increased, as now we have only one non-working day, which is Friday. After this, number of days which start, finish, weekend and public holiday. Now what we will do, we'll consider here public holidays also. So network day international followed by tab, then I will specify my start date followed by end date followed by my calendar weekend, which is Friday here, and holiday I will select here the number of holidays is listed here, and then I will close my bracket by clicking enter. See, now it is reduced to 310, as I have here 6 holidays, but as we discussed before that the Fridays belong to a weekend, so my function will not consider Friday 2 times. So the total duration working days will be 310. Okay, after this we have workday function. Workday function, if you have start date and duration, and if you want to calculate the finish date, keeping the weekend and public holidays in consideration. So in workday function, if you have the start date for any project and you have the duration, and if you want to calculate the finish date, you can use the workday function. So here for example we have start date and duration, and you want to calculate finish date having holiday Saturday and Sunday is off day. So what I will do here, workday followed by tab, the function will ask me the start date followed by the days. Okay, I will not consider here any holidays at the moment. What I will do, I will select only the start date and duration, and I will close bracket. By clicking enter it will give us the 21st March. So this 21st March is the calculation in which we have the Saturday and Sunday off for the weeks. So if you start from 20th March and if you add 261 working days, it will give you 21st March, while considering the Saturday and Sunday as a non-working day. Complete date with public holidays. So now if you have any public holidays in addition, what you will do, you will write here work day international followed by tab, then start date and then duration. And now I will specify my public holidays. Here I have a list and then I will close bracket. So now it will give, it will, the completion date will be 25 March instead of 21st March. Why? Because I have here 6 public holidays in which I have these 2 belongs to weekends. So the balance will be 4 days. So if you add the 4 days to 21st March, it will be 25 March. Okay. The next function is workday international. What the workday international intl will do, it will give you the flexibility of the weekends. You can change the weekend from workday international. If you want to keep Saturday Sunday by default as a non-working day, you can use work days. But if you want to keep flexible weekends based on your region, you should have to use workday international. This option will give you the flexibility to define the weekend based on your locality as it's written here. So now the first example is number of days with only start and finish date. Sorry, number of date with only start and duration. So what I will do here, I will write here workday international followed by tab. Now what I will do, I will define my start date here. Sorry, it's written here. After this, number of days, and after this I will not define any weekend and holidays, and by closing bracket, by clicking enter, see for the same day 20 March and 261 duration, 20 March 261 duration, it is giving me the same 21st March as it was given here in case of workday function. So Saturday and Sunday will be non-working days here. Now number of days with start and finish and weekend. So if you specify here the weekend with the same start date, what it will do, workday international followed by tab, start date and then number of days, and then now I will specify Friday as a weekend. So by writing here 16 as it's written here, 16 Friday only, and then I will close my bracket, and by clicking enter it will give me the 18 January. Okay, so keeping weekend as a, okay, so here as I write here keeping Saturday and Sunday as a weekend, what I will do, I will modify my function and I will remove here 16, and instead of 16 I will write 1, and by clicking enter it will give me 21st March. So see here we defined only start and finish date and we did not define any weekend, so it give us 21st March. If I define the weekend as a same as Saturday Sunday, it will give us the same date. Okay, the next is number of days with start and finish and weekend and public holidays. Now what we will do, we will use all the options. So work day international followed by tab. Now I will select my start date followed by duration, and after this weekend I will specify as 1 as Saturday and Sunday is non-working, and now I will select my public holidays, the list of my public holidays, and now I will close my bracket. So it will read to 25 March because as we discussed in the previous example, Saturday and Sunday will not be considered as these are the weekends. So the balance 4 days will be added, will be deducted from the duration as these are non-working days. So instead of 21st March, the completion date will be extended to 25 March. Okay, so that's it for today's discussion. If you like the video, please follow my Facebook page Business Innovation and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.